Fala galera, bem-vindos ao canal com mais um vídeo. Estamos aqui de volta com vocês com mais um Starfield. Estamos aqui na segunda rodada. Vocês estão vendo aí a gente como estelar. Então vamos lá. Isso aqui é a nova realidade, né? Vamos lá. Essa missão aqui tá, já vi ali que a gente já tem outra missão secundária. Aqui é o seguinte, tá indo aqui pra Pioneer Towers. E eu tô nessa missão aqui, ó, né, que é a atividade aqui, visitar os pais na torre, né, na Pioneer Towers. Vamos ver aqui. Aqui é o seguinte, é como se a gente tivesse sem... Alguma coisa aconteceu com o nosso personagem aqui nessa realidade e a gente meio que assumiu o lugar dele, né? Só que eu tô indo direto como se eu fosse estelar.
What? Well, I'll be. Honey, we got ourselves a visitor. I'll get the coffee brewing.
Oh, my God. Oh, you about gave me a heart attack.
Not that we're not thrilled to see you, son, but I thought you were under contract with Argos Extractors. Is everything all right?
Vamos lá, instalar, eu senti tanta falta de vocês, não fiquei esperando pior, consegui uma promoção ótima, estou com... Cara, vamos dar uma de estelar. Como eu tô como estelar?
Honey, something's different. You seem more confident, more... I don't know.
It's the eyes. You're right. Are you okay, son?
Separar os meus pais de verdade. Não, eu vou nessa daqui do Mac, ó. Tô bem, passei por muita coisa.
Hasn't been that long. I don't understand.
Please, tell me everything's okay.
What's going on? Did something happen on Vectera?
Depois que eu começo... Não posso explicar tudo que eu passei, mas deixei Argos. Agora, da uma constelação, eu não sabia o que aconteceria, mas eu renasci, sou integrante. Não, vamos botar esse daqui, pode que eu começo.
That's great. What a step up.
My child is a member of Constellation. I just knew you were special. Didn't I always say that? That you were meant for great things? Great things.
Todas as mães que fez, mas acho que você tinha razão. Assim eu vou corar. Vamos nessa.
Oh, say again? I should record that and play it back. Mom, you were right. Oh, but you didn't give me any notice. If I'd known, I'd have your favorite meal in the oven. And your room is just a mess. Although that's how you left it.
Easy, honey. Let the boy catch his breath. Why don't you settle in? You know you're always welcome.
Ó, de novo, aí começa aquelas missões secundárias de novo, tá vendo? Cientista perto da árvore, apagões do poço.
I'm planning a grocery run later. I get some things you like.
A mochila de colégio, vou deixar ela ali.
Can't get over you being here. And it's not even Mother's Day. So, I gotta ask, is there anyone special in your life? With you being in Constellation now, I imagine you are quite the catch.
Ah, não quero falar isso com você. Nada a reportar ainda.
I knew it. You have that spring in your step. A mother knows. I won't press, dear. Don't worry. I know you didn't live in this apartment long, but I want you to consider this your home away from home. Your bed is always yours, no questions asked. I mean, well, I will ask questions, but you can stay here no matter the answers.
Ah, porque não sossego.
No bother at all. Stay as long as you like. Anything you want to talk about, dear?
Por favor, quando já dispensar um lugar mais barato.
Now that we're both retired, you mean? I keep trying to push your father to do things. Dance lessons, vacation, take some courses. I'm really interested in early colonial art. But he's just happy as a clam reading in his chair for hours. Wants to know the history of every little thing. It's nice to have time to do both, though. Well, one of your old classmates made junior VP at Galbank. Their father was bragging for hours. Can't wait to tell him about Constellation. Oh, ain't that the truth? With both of our pensions, we still couldn't afford it. But with what you send home, well, we get by. And of all the places we've lived, New Atlantis is just so full of culture and life. Talking with you has made my day. I'm being serious.
Vamos ver, eu falo com ele mais uma vez e a gente segue o caminho.
You've been loafing around the house all day.
I've been reading. It's good stuff. It's about...
You should get some exercise.
I've spent my whole life in a book. I'm fine.
And how has that worked out?
Ouch. Touché.
We are going for a walk later.
Aí eu venho pra cá pro baile e ele sai daqui.
I still can't believe it. Constellation. The stories make them seem so exotic, so, well, romantic, almost. How is it for real? You liking it? Don't you worry yourself about that. All your life, you've been just this mess of potential waiting for a chance. Your number's finally been called, and the settled systems had better be ready for you. I've got some news of my own. You are now officially looking at a retiree. Taught my final class last Thursday. The faculty threw me a party and everything. It's too bad you weren't here then. You could have had some cake. I gave it my good old college try. You see what I did there? Enough about that. Anything you want to talk about before you have to go? I mean, stay. Stay as long as you like, but I imagine you're all excited to get to discovering.
Não.
Planning a proper
Legal.
vacation.
Mesmo a gente ter mudado aqui para um universo à parte, que a gente continua dando ajuda.
I got no excuses now. Your mother's been sending me links all day about such and such deals and excursions, but it'll be good to get out. Take care, kiddo.
Então quer dizer, mesmo é como se eu substituísse o eu desse universo. Então, né, a gente continua sustentando, né, sustentando eles, vamos botar assim. Tá louco. Tá, já visitamos eles aqui, então vamos fazer o seguinte. Eu vou fazer Poder Além no próximo vídeo e Entre as Estrelas em outro vídeo também. Vamos fazer o seguinte, vamos falar com esse cientista perto da árvore. Eu nunca terminei a missão dele, então vamos ver se a gente termina agora. Né? Ele é perto da guarida?
Sergeant Yumi's looking for reliable people to help the guard. Contact him if you're interested. We'd all appreciate it.
Ó, mais uma missão extra. Tá, as missões todas a gente já fez no outro. Né? Então vai abrir e a gente vai repetir de qualquer jeito. O que eu quero é a missão do... Razor Crest. Eu quero pegar aquela nave de volta.
I'm sorry, I really can't afford to be distracted. I need to get to the bottom of this. Yes, concerned is an understatement. I work for the scientific division of MAST. I've been studying this tree for quite some time, and it appears to be exhibiting some worrying signs. Are you familiar with this particular specimen? Do you understand its importance? Look, I have a lot of work to do here. If you're just going to gawk, I'd ask that you move on. If you can actually assist me, however, I would appreciate it. I don't normally solicit help from random passersby, but it seems an exception is necessary. Would you be willing to retrieve some additional data for me?
Vamos pegar um.
Thank you. That's unexpected. There's a series of biosensors I've placed in various locations around New Atlantis, all calibrated to gather pertinent information. They've been running for long enough that I think it's time to collect and analyze their findings. If you would bring them to me, that would save time.
Eu pensei que fosse abrir Eu sinceramente, eu pensei que fosse abrir
Working at the distribution center can be tiring.
Um outro set de conversação, ainda mais que eu já fiz essa missão, né? Faço parte do... Engraçado. Não, depois eu pego.
No, I'm not feeling that bad.
We have an appointment. We're seeing the doctor. That's it.
Deixa eu entrar aqui rapidinho.
The majority of citizens here in New Atlantis count on Reliant Medical. Welcome to Reliant. If you're in need of medical assistance or require supplies, I am sure we can accommodate you. So, what brings you in today? My goodness, you're in quite a state. You definitely need some assistance. Let's get these wounds closed up and get you on the road to recovery. We'll get you feeling better in no time. Good as new.
Suplementos
Well, you've
hospitalares.
certainly come to the right place.
Pronto.
Take care of yourself.
Tá, eu meio que zerei minha conta, mas tudo bem. O negócio é que eu preciso de... Nem precisa fazer... Reestocar tudo. O grande problema é esse.
Telling myself that Reliant Medical is
I know your type. The freewheeling.
this. Is it some sort of art?
Vamos lá.
Hey, are you looking for eggs too? I've only found one so far, but I want to find more before anyone else does. So if you see some, can you tell me? Yeah, it was. Weird, right? Miss Seng over at UC Distribution bought the one I found, and she said she might buy more if I can find them. I could really use the credits.
Tá, então eu tenho que ir atrás do outro ovo que o pirralho vendeu pra mulher.
I'm pleased to report that our stocks are currently being maintained at 90% or higher. I'm sure we have anything you might need. Welcome to UC Distribution. I have been told. Also, if you're here about a... Who, Jordan? That kid's in here every other day with some random thing he found. Trying to get credits. Yeah, I took pity on him. Why, what is it? Oh, really? Well, you can have it back for what I paid for it, plus a little extra. Let's call it a convenience fee, shall we? Pleasure doing business with you.
E ficamos em dinheiro.
Back to it then.
When really? I'm on tax duty tomorrow. Can't wait. Oh, that's not really my area. I don't have clearance for that just yet. Well, someday, maybe. You'll want to talk to Miss Seng about that. Keep on keeping on.
O cara é vendedor. Estagiário.
Wish that bartender at the viewport would stop complaining to security. I don't know what she lost, but she won't get it back by annoying us.
Bobby mentioned he met you.
Ah, de novo. Quando a gente passa, a gente ouve, né? Aí abre a missão secundária.
I need all of the if it isn't my favorite almost a lab assistant. So you do. Wonderful. I'll just take these and we'll see what they have to tell us. All right. We'll just upload the data. Give it a moment. And just another moment. It is working, isn't it? Ah, there it is. Relief. Now let's see. This is... well, it's... oh my. Well, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that my suspicions were correct. There is something wrong with the tree. I will report my findings to MAST immediately with no small amount of satisfaction. The phrase, "I told you so," may even be uttered more than once. Yes, it does feel good to be right, particularly when others have attempted to convince you otherwise. Repeatedly. The bad news, as it were, is that the internal composition of the tree is changing. In this particular case, the tree is now regularly emitting ultra-low frequency sound waves. They're nearly imperceptible now, but they're growing in strength. This is something we've never observed before. Depending on how large these waves grow, consequences for the city could be disastrous. I must consult with my colleagues in MAST at once. Thank you for your assistance. I hope these credits are adequate compensation.
Então, vamos lá. A gente fez essa... mas olha lá, tá vendo? Abre uma segunda...
Thank you for your help retrieving the biosensors.
Production costs and delays. Many of the sequences were shot on location with the director and system.
I can't get enough of all the trees around here.
Alarming. The data from the biosensors speaks for itself.
Ah, não consigo falar com ele. Tá lá, vamos pra guarida. Vou fazer o seguinte, eu vou descansar, a gente vai dormir.
Now this is history. Would you look at
Constellation sounds magical, like a storybook. I missed you so
it
much.
was all right to let your parents in here, but maybe even the trace physiological and neurological readings I'm able to pick up from you are unprecedented. You really are something. Listen, I know you didn't have to tell us everything about the artifacts. We won't let this knowledge go to waste. Make yourself at home. I think you already know where everything is.
I figured it would be years until I saw you again. And here you are.
There's just so much to do in New Atlantis.
You're not quite the angel I thought may have made the artifacts, but a miracle nevertheless.
Nice other universes might exist. It's also full of possibilities.
While it is customary to say, "Welcome home," that is not dimensionally accurate in this case.
Tá, aqui não tem ninguém pra cá. Esse é o meu quarto. Vamos lá, dormidor. Ele pediu pra eu voltar mais tarde.
Even the trace physiological and neurological readings I'm able to pick up from you are unprecedented. You really are something.
Tá, por que...
Listen, I know you didn't have to tell us everything about the artifacts. We won't let this knowledge go to waste.
Minha pergunta é...
Make yourself at home. I think you already know where everything is.
Vamos abrir tudo aqui, porque aí não tem... Minha pergunta é, cadê a Sarah? E outra, a gente ainda...
Starborn or not, you're part of Constellation now. I hope you're as committed to the mission as you were in your last universe. So, we have a Starborn in Constellation. And you knew all of us from your prior universe. Even our secrets, perhaps. It's a bit unsettling, honestly.
Vamos ser sinceros aqui, que eu tinha começado do zero, te conhecer como te conhecemos a primeira vez.
Do you have any idea how insane that sounds? There is no first time for me. You mean your first time. With another Sarah. But you're not even... I mean... Are you still human? How do I even know where to begin?
Essa amizade com uma pessoa que estava minerando em Vectera, que pegou o artefato, trouxe pra cá, todo está lá, já foi humano um dia. Ainda sou uma pessoa ainda assim como todo mundo.
So I just ignore that you're a quasi-cosmic entity and just focus on the person you were before all this. Fine. But no tricks. I don't want you racing to the end of something you know I'm going to say. Equal footing, all right?
Não posso fazer isso, tem razão no que disse, não é justo.
This is definitely the winner of strangest way of joining Constellation. But why not? You're here. Everything you've told us is extraordinary. I can't believe there's a doorway to a multiverse somewhere out there. I'm right behind you.
Beleza, já consegui aqui recrutar a Sarah.
Hello, Starborn. I will assist in any way I can.
Deixa eu fazer uma coisa aqui. Na verdade, duas, né? Primeiro, tripulação.
In many ways, your very existence is the great captain. I will proceed to my assigned post.
Designei. Por enquanto eu tô designando eles dois pra nave também, né? Aqui ainda tá faltando a...
Even the trace physiological and neurological readings I'm able to pick up from you are unprecedented. You really are something.
If what you said is true, my counterpart in your universe did quite well for himself. Only natural, I suppose. I stand by my initial skepticism of you, but I'm aboard.
Ah, eu preciso ver Andreja. Vamos botar assim. Cara, que não é? Continua atrás da gente. Tá louco. Tá. Descansei algumas horas. Vamos ver se for suficiente para liberar o resto da missão aqui com o cientista.
It's amazing to think that this tree predates New Atlantis.
Não
Can
tem
you
como.
imagine all the changes it's seen?
Let's hope that MAST takes these findings seriously.
Ah, quer saber? Vamos pra nave.
We're counted for. We're ready to depart.
Tá, o Vasco, olha onde que fica o Vasco.
Captain, it is. Pleasant night, Captain.
Tá, aqui é tipo uma enfermaria, beleza. Aqui. Vou botar 12 horas.
Had a good sleep?
Tá, vamos lá então. Ah não, não preciso ficar. Eu não preciso aqui. Eu posso sair. aqui, ó. Ah tá, sai depois, atrás, tá, entendi. A gente fez eu fiz a visita aos pais e eu vou fazer só mais essa parte do cientista. Só que o cientista eu quero fazer a missão. Eu não fiz a missão toda naquela hora, da outra vez, né? Só que agora eu quero fazer todo o ciclo dele. Só pra deixar o ciclo completo no canal, né?
Well, isn't this a pleasant surprise? I hadn't expected to run into you again. Indeed I am. The success of my previous venture, with which you so kindly assisted, has been brought to the attention of MAST. There is growing concern. Oh my. A bit of an unintentional pun, isn't that? Well, concern that things are going to get worse. The data we gathered points to a definitive trend. The vibrations coming from this tree are increasing in strength and frequency. Because we've never seen this before, not on this scale, we have absolutely no idea what the upper limit is. We don't know when or even if this will stop. It's imperceptible by normal human standards now, but given time. While I hesitate to speculate on the possibilities, none of them are good.
Deve ter algum tipo de plano. Parece que você chegou.
Yes, and not just humans. All organic life will be affected. Low-frequency vibrations are not uncommon in this species. The vibrations help disperse nutrients throughout the tree. However, normally the vibrations are imperceptible. If the vibrations continue to increase in frequency and strength, prolonged exposure could lead to harmful and potentially deadly side effects. It's imperative we find a way to correct this. There is data regarding other, younger members of the species. Unfortunately, there are some, shall we say, personal issues with acquiring it. Personnel issues, if you understand me.
Deixa eu adivinhar, agora me ajuda de novo. Agora que trabalho.
What? No, that is ridiculous. I am a professional. One of the other researchers in MAST, Emilio Hadek, has research I believe could be vital to my work here. He and I don't see eye to eye, and so far he's refused to turn it over to me. I'm hoping that if someone else were to ask, he might be more inclined to relinquish it. What do you say?
Em resumo, ele quer que eu vá pegar a parte que o cara não entrega. Vamos perguntar primeiro por quê.
He's held a grudge against me for years. It's petty, really. I'm sure he thinks that doing this now will hold back my career. He wouldn't listen when I tried to explain this isn't about me. There are bigger concerns.
Então, quer que eu dê uma dor nele e faça ele tremer um pouco? Não, não vou fazer isso aqui não.
Oh, thank you.
Até porque na verdade também não vou fazer.
Perhaps it's best if you don't mention my name in the process.
Então vamos lá. Em apuros. Ah, ele tá aqui.
Of all the assignments they could have given me. Could you stand a little to the left? I think you're blocking my readings.
It's
important research. I won't bore you with the technical details, but it's critical that I get this done. Trees. I see what's going on here. You're working with Kelton, aren't you? Nice try, but it's not happening. No. No way. Kelton is actively ruining my career. There's no chance that I'm helping him with anything. Whatever this thing is he's on about, he's just doing it to make himself look good with the higher-ups. I'm not helping him with that.
Toda vez que eu tenho que fazer vai ser.
Yeah, that's all very touching. But cathartic or not, my career would still be in flames. He really won't let this go, will he? Maybe I can make this work in my favor. Okay, you know what? I'll hand over the data. But I'm only going to do so after you've helped me secure a better position in MAST.
Não quero. Como?
Don't worry. You're just going to erase some files for me. Make sure I look good next time promotions get passed around. Wait, really? Wow. Okay. Okay.
I'll follow your lead, but I wish handling our tree issue didn't involve using illegal methods to get the job done.
I've gotten a few bad performance evaluations in the last couple of years. Totally unjustified, incredibly unfair. I found a backdoor into the MAST network so I could make some changes to my personnel file. But it turns out the chief engineer knows what she's doing. The only way to get access is from the terminal in her apartment, which is kind of locked.
Vamos tentar persuadir ele.
Sorry, that's not on the table.
Vamos lá, tem que ter um jeito da gente sim.
There is, and I already explained exactly what it is. I just want to make a name for myself, you know? I'm sure you can understand. Okay, look. Just hear me out, all right? I really need this to happen. If you do this for me, I can make it worth your while. You delete that data, I get promoted, I'm pulling in a bigger salary. I can compensate you. I'll throw in some extra credits for you, okay? A nice little bonus. But first, you need to get into the chief engineer's apartment. Fine, you win. Just get out of my sight. And tell Kelton to stuff it.
Tá, ela tá lá, ó. Ela brigando de pula-pula. É isso mesmo.
I hope you have the data. It's really quite crucial. Wonderful. I see you have the gift of the gab. I hope that Emilio wasn't too insufferable. I'm sorry if this was complicated. I'd prefer to remain unaware of the details in the event that it comes up later, particularly in a legal setting. And I suppose I'd better verify the data to make sure Emilio didn't double-cross me. But you have once again come through for me. I'm truly hoping that this is the last piece I need to figure out what we can do. and I appreciate it. Thank you for your assistance.
Então fala com... Vamos passar mais algumas horas? Vou fazer isso aqui, eu vou passar de novo 12 horas.
We're here. Perhaps we could spend a bit of time relaxing rather than planning.
Well, look who decided to rejoin the world.
Listen, I know you didn't have to tell us everything about the artifacts. We won't let this knowledge go to waste. Make yourself at home. I think you already know where everything is.
Tá, ó, Sarah meio que ficou aqui. A Noel tá sempre direto me rodeando.
Oh, I was hoping we might run into one another again. Your timing is most fortuitous. I'm on the verge of something, but I don't quite have all the information I need. You have no idea how much I appreciate that, truly. Of course, now that I understand more about what's going on, it seems plain as day, and yet I never would have imagined it before. The tertiary trunks have also liquefied their interiors, but they're not vibrating. I thought perhaps it was some sort of defect, but it's much simpler. They're listening. It means it is ready to reproduce. I believe this tree is sending vibrations out over massive distances and expecting to detect sympathetic vibrations in return. As of yet, there's been no response. I suspect that will not change, that a response is impossible, and that's very, very bad news. My thoughts precisely. Now, as of yet, there has been no response, and clearly none of the nearby individuals are a correct match. While it can't be ruled out that the intended recipient of these messages was cut down during the city's expansion, there is one other possibility. Over 100 years ago, the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective emerged from the Narian War. As a gesture of peace and goodwill, a near-literal olive branch, one of the trees from New Atlantis, was offered to the leaders of Aquila City. Nice. Short-sighted and ill-advised, in my opinion. Of course, you can't just uproot a native species and plunk it down on some other planet in a totally different environment and expect it to grow. Clearly, no exobotanists were consulted ahead of time. The end result was wholly predictable. The tree died within a few short years. Clever, but no, not necessarily. The tree died, yes, but branches were kept. At least one still exists in the museum there in the city. If I had that branch, I could get DNA samples, and then using various data I've gathered, I could attempt to simulate a response. We could then broadcast that response and hopefully calm down our friend here. But as I say, I need that branch.
Então, vamos lá.
I knew you would understand. The museum in Aquila City is under the supervision of one Miss Kessler, I'm told. I don't know anything about her, but hopefully she'll be willing to listen to reason and assist our cause. All right, off you go. We don't have any time to waste.
Como a gente tem que ir para Aquila, aqui, nessa versão aqui, pela primeira vez.
Recycled air. Just isn't the same as the real thing.
Lifting off now. Aim point reached. Orbit stable.
Vamos lá, cadê o...
Well, we didn't put this in a good plan, so we must be in the right place.
Maintain your current course while we scan for contraband. Scan complete. Go ahead and land.
Ó, apareceu mais um poder aqui. Vamos lá, eu vou descer aqui. O que vai acontecer? Quando a gente for, quando for aquele poder além, é exatamente aquilo dali. A gente vai...
Touching down.
Será que vai passar aquele negócio de novo do...
Hello.
Eu sempre esqueço que o negócio é pra cá. Eu vou entrar na cidade. Quando a gente chegou a primeira vez em Aquila, vocês lembram que a gente teve aquela missão do... Nossa, de novo, tá vendo?
Hold it. By order of Marshal Daniel Blake, I need to inform you we've got some trouble at Gal Bank. Folks might be in danger, so you may want to steer clear. Good guess. It's pretty much exactly right. You didn't hear this from me, but things aren't going great. The Marshal could probably use a hand.
Então, plano frustrado. Vamos lá.
Sam has told me so many stories about Aquila City. I feel as though I've lived here all my life.
Planning to tell me your demands at some point?
You find someone we can trust and maybe we will.
Like who?
Not you, not one of your rangers, and not these city guards neither.
What the hell am I supposed to do with that? You need to stand back now. I don't mean to be rude, but I don't know you. Now please, stand back. I wish I could say you were wrong, but I'm backed into a corner here. Some folks from the Shaw gang tried to rob the place, but they got spotted by a guard. They took everyone inside hostage, and now they're keeping a watch so we can't move against them. They're using the intercom to communicate. They won't talk to me. Say they don't trust the badge. They want a neutral negotiator. In other words, they didn't have a plan for this, so they're stalling while they come up with one. All right, I'm willing to allow that. But a few things first. Say what you have to. Whatever they ask for, there's no way in hell I'm giving it to them. Also, there are lives at stake, so don't get cavalier. Find out what they want, and then report back to me.
I sincerely hope you know what you're doing.
Hey, you in the bank. I'm sending in a negotiator, so don't shoot.
Hands where I can see them, and don't try nothing. You're the negotiator, huh? If you think you're just gonna walk up here and get us to surrender, you're dead wrong. It's Jed Bullock. Well, ain't you polite? So tell me, stranger, how do I know you're gonna deal straight with us?
Ah, delegado confiou.
I don't know you, so why should your word mean anything to me? We've been in worse scrapes than this. We can handle being stuck in a bank. I see what you mean. Nothing we can't handle.
Ah, zoou.
It's gonna change my mind, so let's just move on. Got a real attitude problem, don't you? Well, you better listen up. We want to guarantee a safe passage to the spaceport and a ship. We'll drop the hostages off somewhere safe in the system. After that, we'll radio back where they are, and the Marshal and his crew can come and get them. But if anybody follows us when we break orbit, we start shooting people. Got it? Oh, hell, the Freestar Rangers have got ships. They could give us one of them. This whole damn job's gone wrong. It was supposed to be just a quick hit. Clean and simple, you know? So let's all try to keep our heads, yeah? Because my guys, they're going crazy in here. I don't know how much longer we can last.
Vamos tentar de novo persuadir.
Sometimes bad things happen to innocent people.
Caraca, cara, tá difícil, hein?
You have to believe me, we never meant to take hostages. They're our ticket out of here, so I ain't exactly inclined to let them go. Nah, it's too late to back out now. We're seeing this through. You go tell the Marshal to get that ship ready so we can all walk away from this thing without anybody getting hurt.
Tá, vamos falar com ele aqui.
Security around here is a joke. I heard every word. He's talking too loud. Sign of fatigue. All that fear and exhaustion are taking a toll. They're not thinking straight. That puts us in a very precarious position. I appreciate your idealism, but there were only ever two ways this could end. You've already ruled out one of them, so that leaves us with only one option. We have to free the hostages by taking out their captors. Problem is, they're keeping me and the guards in sight at all times. If we try to move against them, they'll see us coming. You'd be willing to do that? You've got guts, that's for damn sure. I can't deny that you're right, though. They might not see that coming. Now, I see two ways we can play this. You could ask to see the hostages. Once you're inside, you can make your move. If you're quick, I think you can take them out before they have a chance to respond. But you'll have to shoot to kill. There's also a back door. Most of their attention's focused out front here, so they may not be watching it as closely. This key should unlock it.
Vamos pra... Vou fazer igual que eu fiz da outra vez. Porta dos fundos. Qual que eu tô?
Much longer.
Gonna kill you, traitor!
If they've got anything worth taking.
Where are you?
We don't stock up on junk.
Thank you so much.
Now I have two heroes.
We owe
Solomon
everyone.
Cobb and you.
Vambora. Ah, tem que voltar por... Nossa, que zoado, hein? Tem que voltar pela porta de trás. Olha isso.
Moment. Here, I have something for you. You're welcome. I picked it up on one of our latest planetary expeditions. I'm more than just an extra gun, you know. I'm just pleased I get to utilize some of my old field collecting skills. It's been a while. Check back with me from time to time after we return from our planetary jaunts. If I pick anything up, it's all yours.
shark gang's making fools of us all.
Nice work. I heard the fight. The hostages, are they safe? That's good to hear. Those people aren't just citizens of the Freestar Collective, they're like family. We all are. As for the Shaw gang, we'll grieve for them too. Here, you've more than earned this. You got us out of a tough spot, and you did it with courage that's not common. As a matter of fact, you might just be Freestar Ranger material. If you're interested, head on over to the Rock and ask for Emma Wilcox. She handles the new recruits.
Ah, é. Se você quiser pegar a vamos terminar aqui.
So you want to come here for...
Welcome to the Co-Heritage Museum. I offer a brief tour, and I'm happy to discuss the city's history as well. I have artifacts that date all the way back to the time of Solomon Coe himself. That is not something I expected to hear today. I assume you're somehow associated with the United Colonies? I've received some odd messages of late. Most in the collective aren't overly fond of MAST, or the UC in general. I tend to share that sentiment. Lost a cousin in the colony war, you know. Well, I'm afraid you've wasted your time because I'm not authorized, nor particularly inclined, to release any of our pieces. That includes 100-year-old tree branches. Sorry, but it's staying in storage.
Tá, vamos tentar convencer ela.
Everything you see here is a piece of Aquila City's history. I hear what you're saying, but I'm afraid it's out of the question.
Consigo ser abençoado.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. I think we can work something out. I can't believe I'm doing this. Please return it in one piece.
Tá, a gente ainda tem que devolver. Tá, tá, eu já consegui.
Chief Diplomat Yassim runs a tight ship at the...
Have you paid a visit to Miss Castler in Aquila City? Yes, yes, of course. I'll see that it is returned to her in one piece. Well, perhaps minus a few shavings. Now, I just need a moment to analyze this and synthesize an audio response to our friend here. Right, so we'll feed in a sample. Now the program will incorporate the genetic and chemical makeup of the sample. extrapolating the size and structure of the original tree. This was put together rather hastily, so complete accuracy is impossible.
Gorgeous weather today.
There it is. Our best hope for a positive solution.
Yeah, I work at MAST, in the Office of Interstellar Affairs. I'm a sort of liaison between the UC and the Freestar Collective. I help solve communication problems, show visiting diplomats the city, things like that. Probably doesn't sound all that exciting to you, but I love it. I've been interested in a diplomatic career since I was a kid. No, I'm from Neon. I moved here a couple months ago for a job at the Office of Interstellar Affairs. Thanks. Maybe I'll see you around.
Eu não vou nem prolongar não, porque a gente tem que terminar a missão.
So, we now have a simulated response to our tree. All that's left is to play it. Oh, I'm quite certain you couldn't achieve the necessary register. Far too low for human vocal cords. I've been forced to listen to this SSNN kiosk chatter incessantly this entire time. I think it could be put to better use. We don't have time to go through the proper channels, but if you can find a terminal and get this uploaded into their system, it might do the trick. You're right. There's a chance that there could be some minor adverse side effects, but none would be life-threatening. We won't play the broadcast loud or long enough to cause any major or permanent damage to humans or other organic life. And aside from that, if we don't calm this tree down soon, well, I fear that the vibrations it's emitting will eventually reach such strength it could severely damage our internal organs. I have no doubt that you will.
Aonde nós vamos conseguir um terminal aqui?
I'm not very comfortable heading into Mast, but don't worry.
Uma coisa que eu penso em fazer é o que? Eu quero fazer as missões também que a gente deixou de fazer na primeira rodada. Só fazer específico. Igual essa daqui. Tô terminando de fazer essa aqui, né? Que é uma missão relativamente específica, né?
If you ever find yourself in a very busy and important man, our best to protect you. Done it! I'm already seeing reductions in the strength of the vibrations. The tree is calming down. I can hardly believe that worked. I don't know. We've been in uncharted territory this whole time. That doesn't stop now. With the immediate crisis hopefully over, I can slow down and review everything we've learned. And certainly, I'll be keeping a much closer eye on our friend going forward. And you have saved this tree and advanced our scientific knowledge of our environment. Noble work across the board. You have my gratitude and that of every citizen in New Atlantis, though they don't know it.
Finalmente terminamos aqui a missão. Próxima missão a gente vai fazer, a gente vai atrás das... Eu vou atrás das... Os poderes, né? Então galera, vai ficando por aqui. Se vocês gostaram, deixa seu like, se inscreva no canal. Até a próxima com mais vídeo. Valeu!